Let's just keep life simple.
Hi folks, and welcome to In the Kitchen with Pete. Simple and delicious is always my motto. And today we're doing an outstanding, decadent, delicious lobster and shrimp fettuccine in a homemade creamy garlic sauce. It's outstanding. It's worthy of a fine restaurant, and you can do it. You're gonna love it. Let's get to it. For our shrimp, we'll need 3/4 of a pound of uncooked shrimp. These are a 31 to 40 count. They've been cleaned and deveined. The tails are still on, and we'll remove those. And now for our delicious lobster, I'm using 1 pound of cooked lobster claws. And of course, lobster tails would be an excellent choice as well. What I liked about these lobster claws is they've pre-cut them, so they're easy to pull out that nice chunk of meat in the claw. You just simply pop it open and slide out the meat. And for our shrimp, we just simply have to remove the tails. Now look at that generous portion of seafood we'll be putting in our creamy lobster shrimp linguine. Now a couple of other things we'll need to prep. We're going to need a half an onion, 3 cloves of garlic, and 1 spring onion, and just finely dice all 3 of those items. We'll need a pot of boiling water for our pasta, and we'll add a teaspoon of sea salt to that. I'm using fresh pasta. This is 3/4 of a pound of fresh linguine pasta. Now with the fresh pasta, you have to separate it. So prepare this before so it's all ready to drop into the water when the time is appropriate. The fresh pasta is not only terrific flavor, but I like the fact that it only takes 3 to 4 minutes to cook. In a large skillet on medium heat, we'll add 1 teaspoon of butter and 1 teaspoon of olive oil. Add the diced onions, and then we'll season with a half a teaspoon of pepper and a half a teaspoon of salt. Now I'm not looking to brown the onions. I just want to soften them up. We'll cook those for 4 or 5 minutes. Then we'll stir in our garlic. Garlic cooks quickly, so we'll stir and saute that for just 1 minute. Now we'll begin to make our sauce. Open up a little spot in the onions and lay in 2 tablespoons of butter. This is the beginning of what's called making a roux. It's used in making any sauce, and if you remember, using 1 part butter and 2 parts flour. So we've added 2 tablespoons of butter, so we'll add 4 tablespoons of flour. Now once all that butter has been absorbed into the flour, it's time to introduce our liquid, which is 2 cups of chicken broth. Add a little bit at a time while stirring, and you'll begin to see the creamy sauce starting to come alive. Once the chicken broth has been thoroughly mixed in, it's time to add some half and half cream. Doing the same process a little bit at a time, we'll add 1 full cup. Bring the sauce to a gentle boil, and we'll season it with a half a teaspoon of pepper. If you need salt at the end, we can always add some of that. Next, we'll stir in the raw shrimp and stir in the spring onions. We'll cook that for about 4 minutes till everything's heated throughout. The shrimp will only take 4 minutes to fully cook. Next, we'll stir in the lobster. Now look at that. It's becoming a decadent, beautiful sauce. Oh my. All right, let's get that pasta going. Remember, it only takes 3 or 4 minutes. Now here's a great tip when you're making your own sauces. As you can see, I'm removing that pasta, putting it directly into my sauce. That's going to help get it to the consistency that I like. And if it gets a little too thick, no problem. Get a little ladle and add a bit of water at a time from your water from the pasta. Trust me, it works. This is going to be outstanding. And of course, we can't forget the fresh grated parmesan. Use fresh grated, folks. The flavor is much better. We'll finish it with a little bit of parsley flakes. Give it a good stir. Oh my, doesn't that look mouth-watering? You could serve it all up on a big serving dish or on an individual plate like this. Absolutely delicious. Well, that wasn't so difficult now, was it? And it doesn't take that long to put this recipe all together. Well, I hope you get to try it with your family and friends, and I'd love to get some feedback. Let me know how it went, or maybe you tweaked it to make it your own. I love to hear new ideas. Well, don't forget to subscribe to my videos. I put one out every Monday. Click that little red subscribe button down below, and you'll get notified every Monday when I put out a new one. Well, now I'm going to try the goods. Oh, so creamy. Nice chunk of lobster. Oh, decadent. Creamy. That lobster is beautiful in there. You're going to love it. Well, thanks for coming out and watching In the Kitchen with Pete. Until next time, see ya.
Keep life simple. Let's just keep life simple.